Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue the book of Proverbs. I finished the first part of chapter 30 and move on to the second part of chapter 30. And just to remind that the title above the chapter 30 says Sayings of Agur. And I did search, spend time to, because I'm curious also, who is this Agur? Actually, the Agur really is not a person. Probably, the explanation is not quite clear. I think it means the compiling or collection of the wisdoms. So this is referring to whoever, either one or a lot of people, collection the wisdom saying to get proverbs put together here. So that's the about this Agur. And I'm going to continue to read the second part of chapter 30. I'm going to read it. The eye that mocks a father, that scorns obedience to a mother, will be pecked out by the ravens of the valley, will be eaten by the vultures. There are three things that are too amazing for me, four that I do not understand: the way of an eagle in the sky, the way of a snake on a rock, the way of a ship in the high seas, and the way of a man with a maiden. This is the way of an adulteress. She eats and wipes her mouth and says, I've done nothing wrong. Under three things the earth trembles, under four it cannot bear up: servant who becomes king, a fool who is full of food, an unloved woman who is married, and a maidservant who displaces her mistress. Four things on earth are small, yet they are extremely wise. Ants are creatures of little strength, yet they store up their food in the summer. Conies are creatures of little power, yet they make their home in the crags. Locusts have no king, yet they are the ones together in ranks. A lizard can be caught with a hand, yet it is found in kings' palaces. There are three things that are steadily in their strides, four that move with stately bearing: a lion mighty among beasts, who retreats before nothing; a strutting rooster and he-goat, and a king with his army around him. If you have played the fool and extort yourself, or if you have planned evil, clap your hand over your mouth. For as churning the milk produces butter, and as twisting the nose producing blood, and so stirring up anger produces strife. So this is about the second part of this chapter 30, Sayings of Agur. And I think they're quite practical, just saying a lot of things the author or the authors do not know, do not understand, which means the wisdom beyond. So for the eyes that mocks a father or scorns obedience to a mother will be pecked out by the ravens of the valley, will be eaten by the vultures. So this is saying that respect the older people. There are three things that are too amazing for me, four that I do not understand. So three things amazing are mentioned many times. Three things. I guess those three things probably the moon, the star, the sign, but did not say it. But it's the four that I do not understand. One of them is the way of eagle in the sky. We know because the wing and because the special equipment in the chest of the birds, whoever can fly, holding the air bubble, so that's why they can fly. But at that time, probably do not know. And the way of a snake on a rock. I do not understand what this really means. The snake on the rock. I think this is a parable. It means those indecent people among the decent. The way of a ship on the high seas, and the way of a man with a maiden. So this is saying that do not understand the navigation, the mechanism of navigation, and do not understand the man with a maiden, which means adulteress or unfaithful marriage. This is the way of an adulteress. She eats and wipes his mouth and said, wipe her mouth and said, I have done nothing wrong. So this is saying that this is probably referring to a female, or probably referring, I think if you recall Samuel, or particularly Samuel, I think, and other prophets, they mention many times the nation as adulteress. So this is really referring to the bad behavior, unholy or unclean or unwise people. On the three things, the earth trembles. On the four, it can not bear up. So this is saying the three things again. And the fourth is a servant who become king, which is through the, I think the not in the author's eyes is not the righteous way to gain the throne. A fool who is full of food, and means fool, like a wisdom, can still get prosperous. An unloved woman who is married, so the woman does not know love and get married. And a maidservant who displaces her mistress. So this is like the concubines replaced the mistress. So this is about the four things. I think the author said the authors did not understand, referring to the not righteous way in their eyes. Four things on earth are small, yet they are extremely wise. Four things are small but wise, like ants, and coney with our rabbits, and locust, civilized rabbits, locust, and also lizard. So this, I think, some of them are parables. Ants are diligent, and conies are creatures of little power, but they make their home in the creek. So little power, but they know how to build a home. And locusts have no king, but they are the ones together in ranks. Actually, there is now from the studies. A lizard can be caught with a hand, yet it found in king's palace. So I think this is really a parable. Lizard is just the creature everywhere. And this lizard probably referring to those low and but by the side of the king. There are three things that are stately in their strides, four that move with stately bearings, a line. So the four things, they also mention a lot of three, but the three is just I think it's just the interliteral sense, or referring to the star, moon, or the sign. But this, the focus was on the four. A lion mighty among beasts who retreats before nothing, a striding rooster, and he goat, and the king. These are the four that most stately bearing. So these are the four things the author mentioned, meant to mention. If you have played the fool and exalt yourself, if you have planned evil, clap your hand over your mouth. So this is saying that if you did this to the fools, or if you plan evils, you should not be celebrate. For as churning the milk produces butter, and as twisting nose produces blood, the stirring up anger produces strife. So this means you have done something wrong, and there will be consequences. So just do not say it, or do not boast it. So this is about the second part of chapter 30. I'm going to stop here. I hope that you can read and interpret in your own way. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.